What the hell is Manchester City doing? They lost to a weak opponent after only 15 minutes. Man City's players are invisible. Going into the reception against Crystal Palace, many people thought that coach Pep Guardiola's team would easily win 3 points at Etihad's home field to return to Premier League championship race. Throughout the first half, Man City's was almost completely dominated, with the feeling that the ball was only rolling in the away team's fields and a goal could come at any time. Indeed, all their efforts paid off in the 24th minute. Thanks to Jack Grealish's goal, the scenario remained the same at the beginning of the second half. Man City still rushed to gain control of the ball, imposed the positions of the game, and organized a series of dangerous attacks towards the opponent's goals. And once again, the students' Pep Guardiola's player has a chance to celebrate again after Rico Lewis wrote his name on the scoreboard. It seemed like with the scenarios going on, the outcome of the match has been arranged. It is difficult for any team to come to the Etihad, concede 2 goals first and then to be able to earn points and leave. However, today is different. In the last 15 minutes of the match, the situation certainly changed to the surprise of many people. In the 76th minute, Crystal Palace response came. Maleta was the one who scored a goal that capped all for the away team. Then in the final minutes of extra times of the match, Phil Foden's disastrous mistake opened up a perfect opportunity on the penalty spot for the away team, as well as throwing away the 2 points they had worked hard to win in the match throughout the match. This will be a bitter defeat for Pep Guardiola because his students have overwhelmed all parameters. Their possessions of the ball in this match was up to 75%. Launching 19 shots and 9 of them hit the target. Meanwhile, on the other side of the front line, Crystal Palace only had 2 shots on the wooden frame, but both times they scored goals. Although we know that competing physically with Crystal Palace in the final minutes of the match is always a big challenge for any team, it cannot be denied that the way Man City dropped the victories today was truly a shame hard to swallow, especially on the defensive front. In just the past month, they have conceded 60 goals in all competitions, an unbelievable number for the team that had a top defense last season. At the beginning of the season, the problem for Man City's unstable and erratic performance could be explained by consecutive injuries, along with overload after the previous long season. But up to now, when the 2023-24 championship race had begun to enter a fierce phase, and important pillars are also returning one by one, it's difficult to understand the deviations coming from Pep Guardiola's army. Just a few months ago, they had an invincible form to accelerate to snatch the throne from Arsenal, at the same time capturing the FA Cup titles and stepping to the top of Europe by winning Champions League. But then a completely different phase has appeared in the past short periods of time. The recent raw results means that Man City has only had 1 victory in the last 6 matches, although still guaranteed 4th place. The gap with Tottenham is now only 1 point, not to mention if Aston Villa, Arsenal and Liverpool all win, the gap between them and the leading group will begin to widen. For a team that has the ambitions to capture several titles, it is an alarm bell that Pep Guardiola and his students need to wake up to. It's true that the season is still very long ahead, and this team's late season's performance is still something very scary. But that doesn't mean that they are allowed to stumble continuously, especially against such underdogs.